Tantor with a recap of Georgia Tech's 8 overtime loss, 44-42 to the SEC officiating crew in Athens, Georgia tonight. What a game. Georgia Tech had a lead there of 17-0 at halftime and just wasn't meant to be. Again, head coach Key had the guys ready to play. When it's a big game, he's got them ready to go. Wish he could have them ready to go every week, but we're working on that, I guess. So we'll just start with losing to the officials. In the first quarter, we took a 3-0 lead, and I saw that we were completely outplaying UGA. And I wrote this down on my sheet, my note sheet. Very first thing I wrote down: how are the refs going to screw us over? I answered it immediately. PI in the end zone, fourth quarter. What happened? Predictable. Anyone that's ever watched a game that UGA plays at home where they're down and getting beat up, yeah, you see what happens. Tennessee Volunteer fans, they're still complaining about the ref crew in that one. But that's it. You know, we still have to take it out of the hands of the refs, and we did not do that. And we had the opportunities to do it, and it didn't happen. All right, we'll just go with what I like and what I didn't like. What I liked. Hey, look, I liked our defensive line, man. They played their tails off. Biggers, Vanderberg, Height, Young Ewan, man, they were all over the place. They had a heck of a game. Loved it. Jamal Haynes, man, he gutted it out. It looked like he was limping around on one leg almost the entire game. Haynes King, star of the game. Absolute star of the game. Hadn't thrown a ball in, 6 weeks since the UNC game. It's obvious that his shoulder's busted up, and he came out and was throwing the ball around the field today. Also taking hits, running, played tough, liked it. I don't blame him for that fumble. That safety for Georgia lowered his head and speared him. What are you going to do? Technically, according to the rules, if you use your helmet for a tackle, then that's a penalty. It's, targeting. But, that's not going to get called. But both guys made plays. Haynes King, it just didn't happen that time. I really liked the way we had our offensive game plan set up. A lot of times, Georgia likes to have their defensive line shift to the strong side or the wide side of the field. And probably 5 or 6 times on offense, every time they would shift, we'd snap the ball. When you do that, you immediately buy yourself a half second and take away all the aggressiveness from the defensive line. And I love that. When defensive lines do that, I love snapping the ball when they're doing that. I think that's incredible. I like the O-line blocking. I mean, the O-line had been progressively getting worse as the season progressed. And this game, they really blocked their tails off. Receivers were blocking downfield. And I got to give props to Janae again, number 4, blocking downfield. He was great blocking downfield. Loved what I saw there. I mean, that was just it's fantastic. I thought our defense played pretty well. They did a good job. Tackle, there were a few missed tackles out there, but by and large, they were bringing guys down and playing hard all game long. So I liked what they were giving out there. I know a bunch of guys were playing hurt, and it wasn't enough. I hated that they weren't rewarded for their effort and execution. What I hated. We get with what I like. We finished the season 7-5, and I said 7-5 season, that's great. And I like that. We did finish 7-5. Really wish we could have got this win here because I'm an old dude. I can remember when we used to kick UGA's ass regularly. All right, we get to what I hate. We've already mentioned the refs. Yeah, I still think Pyron made that first down in the first quarter. I think we got screwed on the mark on that one. with the exception, pass interference calls, everything else. Not calling a holding call on that last UGA touchdown in the fourth quarter. We're not going to get those calls. You just can't. There's not a level playing field there. Missing field goals on special teams. Special teams have killed us. And that's what lost this game. Even the dogs are barking. I can't stand it. We lose and the dogs start barking. Damn. All right. We just can't call timeouts correctly. Wasted all of our timeouts in the first half. Started wasting them in the second half. We've got to get that worked out. Head coach Key has got to learn how to manage time and not miss timeouts. Get the special teams together and stop missing field goals, especially short ones that cost us the game. I really think, besides that field goal on special teams, playing zone defense and playing prevent at the end of in the fourth quarter, that's when Georgia scored both their touchdowns, was against our 3-man line where we were dropping back in 8 in zone. I mean, yeah, we'd come with a couple blitzes there, but that was too little, too late. And that soft zone, I just don't get it. I mean, Georgia had a 4th down in the second quarter where they were trying to score. It was 4th and 3. And number 23 cornerback for us was 7 yards off the receiver. None of that makes sense. But in the fourth quarter, we were playing that soft zone, and Georgia just went down and scored real easy. Within 5 minutes left in the game, they scored within 2 minutes. It's crazy. Just made it too easy on them. And then when they got the fumble, we still was in the prevent. And Coach and Crew show, for the past 30 years, we've been joking around with the saying, prevent defense prevents the win. And it did this time too. It just did not work at all. It's a shame. Guys played hard enough to win. They didn't get the victory. It sucks. I know. We'll see them again next year. That's what we have to do. We've got to forget about this crap and go on to our bowl game. Let's hope we get a good bowl game, go someplace warm, and beat the crap out of another team. And we can do that. Just like we did last year, we can do it again this year. And we have had a great season, and we can get 8 wins still in the season. Let's go do it in the bowl game. Tantor out.